From 5 News, I'm Meteorologist Stephen Elmore. This is your 5+ extended forecast. I hope you had an amazing weekend. It was a comfortable one. Had a little bit extra cloud coverage today. Watch out for maybe a stray shower heading into the overnight hours into Monday morning. Overall, though, not much to worry about. Heading into Monday, it's going to be comfortable. We'll watch out for a very spotty shower, but then we're going to be warming up throughout most of this upcoming week. Temperatures going to eventually top back out into those upper 80s and low 90s. Next cold front comes in by the time we get to next weekend and brings some relief back into the forecast. Overall, though, what we're going to be talking about is that the summer heat, it's not gone yet. It's still going to be warm this weekend. It's going to be muggy for the work week, as we're going to see those low 90s back into the forecast. Heading out the door tomorrow morning, heading back to work, heading back to school Monday morning. Temperatures starting off into those low 60s across northwest Arkansas, across the River Valley into those upper 60s. Not too bad of a morning start if you're sensitive to the cold. It might need a light jacket for tomorrow. Overall, pretty comfortable for our Monday morning. Daytime highs, though, going to be a little bit cooler than what we saw today, only topping out into those upper 70s and low 80s across northwest Arkansas for 2 reasons. One, we're seeing those stronger winds coming out of the northeast. And we're going to have a greater chance of seeing some of those scattered showers heading into tomorrow. I think a few of us could see a spotty shower here and there, which of course will build in that cloud coverage, and that's going to help cool things down for the afternoon. Across the River Valley, again, daytime highs only reaching up into those upper 70s and low 80s. I think the warmest we'll see is going to be across eastern Oklahoma, where we could see some temperatures topping out into those mid 80s for tomorrow. Again, going to be a little bit cooler to start off our Monday or for the week. Going to be seeing those wind gusts peak up anywhere between 15 to 20 miles per hour coming from the northeast. That's going to help keep things pretty mild to start off the work week. Rain chances, again, picking up for tomorrow as well. But this is really our best chance for a while of seeing any of those scattered showers, because you see the rest of the work week, we're going to remain dry. Next cold front comes in by the time we get into next weekend, and that's going to bring a rain chance with it. Overall, though, pretty dry week this week. So with no rain chances and high pressure starting to creep back in just a little bit, going to start to see those temperatures warm back up by the time we get to the end of the work week. Here's a look at Futurecast for tomorrow. Waking up tomorrow morning, going to see those winds coming from the northeast. It's going to be a little bit breezy outside, but we're also going to build in that cloud coverage as well, and going to hang on to some rain chances really throughout the entire day on Monday, around that 20-30% chance of a stray shower. Might want to bring that umbrella with you as we go on throughout the day tomorrow. System coming out of the east, it's going to be breaking down by the time we get to western Arkansas, so northwest Arkansas, River Valley. Once we get into the afternoon, going to have the best chances of seeing maybe a few stray showers here and there. Overall, though, the system looks very weak. Not expecting anywhere near close to the severe limit for tomorrow, but we are going to have the chances of maybe a scattered shower or two. Afternoon time as well, getting off the school bus. May want to send that kiddos with a umbrella raincoat for tomorrow as they're heading back home. Again, greater chances of some scattered showers further east you live. This is definitely a different type of system coming out of the east. We don't see that a whole lot, but northwest Arkansas, River Valley, eastern parts have the best chance of seeing some of those scattered showers. Eastern Oklahoma, very low chance we see any of that rain. If we do, it's going to be very light. Really, tomorrow is kind of the odd day out where it's going to be comfortable outside still. Temperatures only topping out into those upper 70s and low 80s, because look at the rest of the week, back up into those mid 80s, eventually topping out into the low 90s by the time we get to the end of the work week. This football Friday night coming up this week. If we can avoid the rain, that cold front looks like it's going to be coming in on the weekend. So I think we'll see some sunshine, but it's definitely going to feel like we're back in summer again. Hydrating throughout the week for those student athletes, very important this week. Across the River Valley, especially those games in the River Valley, you know it gets muggy. Temperatures later this week back up into the low 90s. Parents at home, you're watching this. You get student athletes, not just football, whether they're playing outside, hydrate this week, right? Don't want to get into the habit of getting closer to fall, and we don't need to hydrate as much. It's cooler, right? It's going to be hot later this week. Last thing we want is someone cramping up right in the middle of that game heading later on this week. Not too bad for the start of the week, though. Again, Monday, odd day out temperatures into those low 80s. Feels like forecast Heat index, that's a word that we haven't used a lot recently because we're starting to creep towards fall, but it's sneaking back as well. Again, outside of tomorrow, once we get to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we could see some heat index values climbing back up close to the upper 90s into the triple digits. Cold front comes in heading into next weekend. That's going to provide a lot of relief. So really just the tail end of this work week is what you have to watch out for when you're saying, my goodness, summer's still here. We've still got a few more weeks until the first day of fall, so we are not going to move anywhere anytime soon from getting closer towards feeling like fall. It may look like it outside. Some of those leaves are changing, but overall, it's still going to feel like summer later on this week. Northwest Arkansas, morning hours over the next couple of days. Really comfortable start pretty much every day. Coolest will be is into those low 60s. Warmest will be is to the upper 60s. Across the River Valley, could see some mornings later on this week. We have that warming period between Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Temperatures starting off into those low 70s, not too far from normal for this time of year. So here's a look at our temperature map changing over the next couple of days. Again, Francine came in still seeing the extra moisture hanging around, even though we're not seeing a lot of that rain. So that's going to keep us cool for tomorrow. And those rain chances pick up heading into tomorrow afternoon. And then that heat moves right on back in. We're going to see high pressure move in right along with it. That's going to create that heat dome once again, that omega sign once again. That's where we have kind of a wave in the jet stream where it bubbles right across the central United States. That's going to allow all that heat to come up from the south, all that warm, moist air. That's why we're going to be warm once again later on this week. Hopefully, it is summer's last stand. Hopefully, that cold front by the time we get to the weekend maybe kicks us into fall. And we don't have to worry about that pesky summer heat creeping back any further. Unfortunately, early signs showing right now that maybe it's sticking around for a little while longer. Here's the 6 to 10 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. You see all those, all the oranges and reds. Those are the above average zones for temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days. So for the short term, it's going to be warmer, right? This is picking up what the mega sign is going to do for us later this week, where we see central United States seeing temperatures warming up a bit, right? Unfortunately, when we then look at the 10 to 14 outlook, still seeing a lot of that orange and red. Here's the 10 to 14 outlook. This takes us to the end of September, and we're still seeing temperatures above average for this time of year. So folks who are still dreaming about, remember last weekend where we had highs into the mid to upper 70s and it felt amazing outside, and fall's finally here. Pull out the flannels, pumpkin picking, apple picking. Well, hang on just a bit. It's still going to feel like summer, at least for the short term. 6 to 10 day outlook showing that it's going to be warm outside through the rest of this week, and then even past that could warm up past this cold front by the time we get to this weekend. Northwest Arkansas, 7-day forecast for you the rest of this week. Monday, again, that's the odd day out. Going to see cloud coverage, going to hang on to low chances of seeing a spotty shower or two. Then we're going to see more sunshine throughout the week. Temperatures gradually starting to warm back up into those upper 80s and low 90s, especially by the time we get to Friday. Again, if you're working outside or you're a student athlete, you may want to hydrate throughout the rest of this week. That heat can sneak up on you pretty quickly. Cold front comes in heading into next weekend. That's going to bring some rain chances and some cooler air. Hopefully, that makes things comfortable into early next week. But overall, right now, signs showing that we are going to warm up pretty quickly by the time we get to next work week. Across the River Valley, temperature is going to be into those low 80s for tomorrow. We're going to see some extra cloud coverage, and again, we will hang on to the low chances of seeing a pop-up shower, and that sunshine breaks out. Warm air starts to build in. Temperatures will top out into those upper 80s and low 90s throughout the rest of this work week. And we see some sunshine by the time we get to Wednesday, Thursday, and heading into Friday as well. That cold front coming for next weekend looks like it's going to cool things down just a bit and bring in some more rain chances. So don't get fooled just yet. September 23rd, first day of fall. Still got a little bit to go on. It's still summer right now. We will get there eventually, but we at least got another week of some summer heat building this week with temperatures into those upper 80s and low 90s. From 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. That's your 5+ extended forecast.